One thing I was thinking about while I was watching the debate last night between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, it's still stunning to me that the Republican Party that existed when I was a kid has morphed into this entity that is like, yeah, that's what we want. We want that guy. We want Donald Trump. That's who we want. We want that guy. The establishment doesn't necessarily feel that way, but the base of the party sure as hell does. And I mean, Donald Trump didn't even participate in the Republican presidential primaries this year, and it was a blowout win for him. He didn't even participate. He didn't go to any of the debates. I mean, Ron DeSantis raised, I don't know, or spent $250 million. He dropped out before the first primary vote was even cast. The base of the party's like, yeah, that's our guy. It's disgusting. It's disgusting and disheartening. I mean, just take the shit that he's done and gone through since he announced he was running for president in 2015. Trump University, he got sued. He agreed to pay $25 million because he conned and deceived 60,000 of his Trump University students out of, I don't know, $100 million or something like that. He agreed to pay them $25 million. That happened during the 2016 campaign. Also during the 2016 campaign, he got sued for the shit that he did with the Trump Foundation. He treated it like his own personal piggy bank. He got banned from ever running a charity for the rest of his life. I mean, at one point, he bid up during a charity auction, he bid up the price of a portrait of himself that now hangs in Mar-a-Lago so that it would have been the most expensive item in the auction, and paid for that money with money that had been donated to Trump University to help kids with cancer. He bought a portrait of himself. I mean, he was impeached twice for blackmailing President Zelensky and for January 6th storming the Capitol. I mean, we had the Access Hollywood tape also before Election Day on 2020 or 2016. And then, you know, we learned everything about Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal, and he paid them each $130,000 so that they would stay quiet during the 2016 election. He got indicted for that. He got convicted on 34 felony counts for interfering in the 2016 election. He's convicted on those after a jury trial. He's awaiting sentencing. He was indicted in 4 separate jurisdictions on 91 felony counts. Now that's 88 felony counts because 3 of them in Georgia got thrown out. But he's been convicted on 34 of those 88 counts. He's got 3 more criminal trials coming up because that Miami case is coming back on appeal. Just within the last 2 years, the Trump Organization was put on trial and found guilty of 17 felonies. His business, we had the civil fraud case where he and the Trump Organization and his 2 sons were found liable for a decade worth of fraud, and he owes $500 million in fines, penalties, judgments, interest. While he was president in Washington, D.C., he had the Trump Hotel, which was the old post office, and world leaders and whoever else, I mean, every nefarious entity or individual you can think of was funneling money to him while he was president by staying at that hotel. In the Trump Tower for the last 30 years, he's leased a floor to the Chinese government, and Russians and Russian whoever have been paying cash for condos in Trump Tower. Then he was, you know, we had the E. Jean Carroll trial where he was adjudicated as a rapist. He owes her $90 million. And for 15 years, his best friend was Jeffrey Epstein. And we've all seen all of the photos of him and Melania and Jeffrey Epstein. Many people are saying that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked Melania Trump here for Donald. I don't know if that's true or not. Many people are saying that. And we all saw that NBC video of, you know, Jeffrey Epstein showing up at Mar-a-Lago for a party with Donald Trump in the early 90s during that period of that 15-year period of time when they were best friends. And that is the guy that today's Republican Party It's like, yeah, that's who we want to be president of the United States. It is absolutely disgusting, and I don't know what the hell we're going to do with these people after the election, because they're still going to be here and they're still going to be just as broken.